way that Timon's butt is situated is so ridiculously funny. Yeah, everybody should just Google that rendering.
Oh my God, I just saw it.
Timon got a shelf. Timon has a shelf on this ride.
Sup, Park Peeps? I'm Demi from Magical Hijinks.
And I'm entertainment journalist Joey Nolfi, strapping in for the Park Peeps podcast, the ultimate theme park show where unhinged passion, travel expertise, and coaster nerd chaos collide.
And this week, we're breaking down all the parks news announced at D23.
So buckle up and pull up on that yellow strap as we dispatch for Season 2 of the Park Peeps podcast.
Yes, we are taking a new journey into imagination at EPCOT with Figment and Dreamfinder.
Joey, wake up!
What happened?
They announced a new Figment and Dreamfinder attraction and you screamed and passed out.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I said Figment and Dreamfinder.
Dreamfinder! Oh.
Joey! Okay, well, okay. Well, when my co-host hopefully comes back too, to break down all the major parks and experience announcements we got at D23, please make sure you're following us at Park Peeps Pod, at Joey Nolfi, and at Magical Hijinks. That's HIJINX. And make sure you subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your shows. Please make sure you're giving us 5-star rating and you leave us a comment telling us which D23 announcement you are most excited about. Joey, are you with us?
Yes, I'm awake. I have found a dream, and that dream is to discuss everything announced at the Horizons panel from D23, from Orlando to Asia to new ships. This is all about parks and experiences, and we're going to break it down by location, and we have to start with the place that I was just dreaming about.
Yeah.
EPCOT, the most important news. We are getting a new journey into imagination or perhaps beyond with Figment and Dreamfinder. And I love Demi has written here in the script a note that made me scream laugh as I opened to read it. It just says in parentheses, Joey, get it all out. Close parentheses.
Well, we're like texting during the event, and it kept going on, and I was like, Joey, get prepared to film your Figment no announcement video. And then I was feeling so bad, and they are so good. They know the Figment fans are sick, and they knew to make that the last announcement.
Well, yes, like our dear friend Michaela once said, I need to be tested because I literally was. So I have to do my usual clarification. I was at D23. I was there, but we are reacting to things that were announced publicly. I'm not giving any sort of insider information or anything. We're just reacting to things that were announced publicly. And I was in the room on behalf of EW. I was there covering it for work. Everybody should go check out our coverage at EW.com. We did some really amazing stuff. We were working
Joey
all weekend.
Worked like crazy. Please make sure to go read all of his articles.
Thank you. And Demi, you were doing a lovely job back home. Like you just live reacted and live chatting. And it was really, a lot of people were asking about you and we missed you.
A lot of people on the live were asking about you, and they were with all the performances. Like we were trying, it was so late here on the East Coast, and we were like, come on, we got to get to the news. We're so tired. And everyone's dying. Everyone's like, Joey's probably just like, come on, Figment already.
When I tell you, I was so ready. I ran into our dear friend Drew. He was there, and he and I were talking before, and he was sitting 2 rows behind me in the room, and so like every time there was an announcement, I would like turn around and give him an eye, and I'd be like, Drew, like why is this not happening? And he was like, Joey, just like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You got to just go with it. And it's, it really was. They got me good. And
they got
I don't know if you saw, well, I know you saw, but if you haven't seen my video on Instagram,
which you should,
the only thing that was quote unquote performative in that video was I did ask my friend sitting next to me to film me being sad because I thought it was funny that I had all this Figment stuff on and they weren't doing a Figment announcement. So I looked very sad on purpose, and then I looked into the camera and I go, no Figment. And I'm not kidding you, as we were filming that, they opened the doors and the hooded figure was standing there, and the pop of air went off and they ripped the costume off, and it was Neil Patrick Harris dressed as Dreamfinder with Figment in his arm, and I lost my mind.
It is my new favorite picture. I screenshotted it from the video. I've never seen. It is the most pure little soul. You looked like a child seeing wonderment of how excited you were, and I made a video and I'm screaming, and it's so funny because I was just telling Joey, like, I ended up on the wrong side of TikTok, and I'm being dragged by like, oh, these are the weird Disney adults. I'm honest, I'm very excited, I am, but I was so more excited for you specifically, Joey, that this is happening because I know how much this means to you.
Well, thank you, Debbie. I really felt the appreciation, and it was so funny because I had so many friends in that room too, and they were all also like, I mean, our dear friends Quincy and Emma were sitting a few rows in front of us. Emma turned to that shot of me like dancing in the aftermath. That Emma was 2 rows ahead. She got the video of me doing that. Jacqueline was on the other side of the room filming. It was actually Jeremy was on the opposite side of the arena, and there is a footage, I'm going to post this at some point, but there is footage of him zooming in from the other side of the arena to me just serving in my Figment. So it is so funny. So yes, not to make this all about me, however.
However, this is my
Demi,
moment.
You did say,
I did write,
let it all out.
I want you to get it all out. Yes.
Thank you. So, but yes, that is very big news that they saved, honestly, the best for last, I think, my favorite news of the night.
They did not give any other information other than that. There's no timeline.
No timeline.
Which is going to be a recurring theme of this episode.
It sure is. It sure is. But there is more concrete timelines for other things, which is great. But I do think, just if I had to speculate, I think we can kind of group this in with the other big announcement that they had for EPCOT, which is super exciting, the Spaceship Earth, which they did announce like a decade ago at this point?
No,
they
it was
the
6 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like right before COVID. And but I don't remember. Is it the same concept?
They didn't, well, once again, they did not release too many details, but I do believe that this is probably just the same. They said that it was going to celebrate the spirit of human connection. So I do think that it's probably going to lean more into where the world is now, such as we're still going to see, all of the things that we see in terms of the building blocks of human communication. But I do think some of those final scenes, and maybe that scene with the woolly mammoth in the beginning, that stuff's probably going to change. Yeah. But upgraded effects and everything.
I have to say, I was a little sad about this one. Only because, what about Judi Dench?
That was my first thought.
Like, I can't believe because I don't think she's going to do it again. I don't. And that's making me so sad because to me, that's the Judi Dench ride.
I know. Yes, it is Judi Dench and Judi Dench the ride, just like they have Glenn Close and Glenn Close the ride. Speaking of Glenn Close,
we'll get to that later.
We will get to that later. It's so funny though that mean Glenn Close and Glenn Close the ride was almost a thing. So, but yes, Judi Dench. That was my first thought too. Like, poor Judi. We need to Judi Preservation Society. We need to get this initiative out there.
In Rock and Roller Coaster, they put the picture of Ken Marino. We need something like that in Spaceship Earth with Judi Dench.
Whenever it takes your picture at the end now, no matter who you are, the face is Judi Dench. That's the announcement. But
also my wish is that we keep the current animatronics. I love the old animatronics.
I have a feeling that I'm very optimistic about this because I think that Test Track 3.0, as we said, the weird EPCOT vibe that was brought to the current day and age, nearly flawless. That is a great attraction. So I think the fact that they are now leaning into returning Figment to its original glory and doing this Spaceship Earth revamp, I do think that this is heading in the right direction. They know what they're doing. This isn't just fitting IP into this stuff. They know what works with these classic Epcot attractions, and I think they really do have their heads screwed on tight with this. Right. And I'm very optimistic about what we're going to see, even though we didn't get too many details for either one. Right. They know what to lean into with this, and if Test Track 3.0 is any indication, it's going to be good.
They have been really nailing some of the things lately, especially
Yeah.
for I think the millennials are in charge or something.
Hell yeah. That's exactly that honestly might be what it is.
I think so.
Joe Rody stepped aside and said, millennials take
How many
under my wing.
Take a drink every time Joe Rody says, "Remember, I'm retired."
It's so funny. It is hilarious. I love that man. Okay, let's move on to we have other big news coming out of Animal Kingdom. Or wait, you know what? I want to ask one more thing about Spaceship Earth and Figment. Spaceship Earth, I mean, ride system, I don't think that's changing. I think that's going to take way too much time to that's all up there in the guts of the, Spaceship Earth building. However, Figment, I could see them doing a trackless just for higher capacity and completely gutting the attraction. Like, I think that it's...
Gone will be the days of a walk-on ride of Figment.
I was just thinking this in the shower last night. I was hanging my head in my D23 exhaustion, and I was like, oh my God, Figment's going to be like a 45 to an hour minute wait now. But not if it's high enough capacity. Like, if I mean, Runaway
Railway has like a really good capacity. They move pretty quick for that attraction. So
I don't think it's going to be as big of vehicles as that. No. I do think that it would be more along the Mystic Manor sized trackless vehicles, I think. But I think you can do a lot more with that, and it speaks more to the theme of imagination and whatever. But we better not say goodbye to his little bathroom.
Oh, right.
That's all I'm saying. But okay. So, Animal Kingdom. Demi, you have written on here, obviously, Tropical Americas, Pueblo Esperanza, that we pretty much know enough about, replacing Dinoland. It's going to be an 11-acre area that is opening next year. But
what they told us was a few things. Like, first of all, the little carousel as you walk into the land is going to be all of these 22 hand-carved Disney and Pixar animal figures.
And... Demi,
I see you wrote something.
I sure did. Because there is something that got quite a laugh in the room, in the arena. People were laughing at this. It was a giant wave of laughter. I don't think anybody could hear on the Disney Plus side of it.
Okay.
But there was definitely like knowing laughter chatter. Timon's butt on this attraction, Miss Ma'am, are they going to open a cake shop on Tropical Americas? Because Timon, the way that Timon's butt is situated is so ridiculously funny, and I love it. This is not a criticism. This is a deep appreciation. I think that it's so funny, and it looks... You know that everybody is waiting for that particular seat. And I will be waiting for that particular seat as well. So, everybody should just Google that rendering.
Oh my God, I just saw it.
Timon got a shelf. Timon has a shelf on this ride.
This is amazing.
It's hilarious. I love it so much.
It's because they made his back leg super tiny and his front leg like a little bit bigger to give you a seat. I understand the construction, but it is a little funny.
It's a seat and a seat, mama. So bless the Imagineers for that. I think that they're probably, given that Timon and Pumbaa are comedy characters, I'm assuming they're leaning into this on purpose. So please don't change it. Please don't change it.
Where is his hula skirt?
Where is it?
Come on.
This is drag, mama. Yes, he's padded and skirted. Padded and skirted. That's actually the name of his carousel. Padded and skirted in Pueblo Esperanza. Pueblo Esperanza. I just saw her last week. So
the first
I do
openly lemur.
Yes, I do love the name of this ride though. El Carrusel de los Animalitos. It's so cute. I really love it. I think it's going to be a really, really nice area. The children's play area. Of course, it's not Mary Blair, but not all play areas can be Mary Blair's.
But I'm glad because there was a play area there, and that way we still get one.
Exactly. I think that this is, and if you see some of the bio reconstruct photos online right now, they do already have they've moved them out of the testing areas and into the land themselves. Some of the rock work and the, theming that's going to go in there. It looks really detailed and like it's going to fit in with, they really studied how this is going to mesh with the rest of the park.
But Joey.
Yes?
I have a question.
What?
Is the casita done?
Let's send it on over to Jerendell, our dear friend. Jeremy, is the casita done? Can you get back to us on that? Reporting live from the ground, Jeremy, please. We'll be waiting for an answer. Thank you. But I think that the more and more this goes on, and the more we get to see from this, I do think that this is going to be a really, really cool area. And
listen, I love Encanto. It's one of my favorites. And I was a little like concerned at first of like, this feels like it should be more of like a Magic Kingdom type of movie place. But because they're leaning into like the actual land, and then let's get into the ride for Encanto.
Yes. Antonio's
Fiesta de Encanto. And it's set on Antonio's gift day, and guests board ride vehicles designed as living furniture to explore the casita and Antonio's... Which is not done, Jeremy. And Antonio's rainforest bedroom featuring over 50 species of animated animals and original voice talent. And I'm so glad that they are leaning... honestly, it's like... I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg of like, what do we put there? What has animals? Or, Antonio has animals. Let's do Encanto.
Yeah. And I think that this might be a Disney nerd gripe that not a lot of people I think are going to share, because I do think that Animal Kingdom now, what I long talk about, I don't want to say losing the thread. I don't think they've lost the thread, but I do think that they're getting more liberal with moving away from the core messages of the parks. And I do think that Encanto really doesn't. Just because something has animals doesn't mean it fits in with the Animal Kingdom.
That's how I feel about Zootopia being there. I mean,
I
am...
Zootopia is a cop movie.
Zootopia is about like racism.
Yeah. Well, which, if we want to talk about conserving a peaceful, environment, obviously we don't want racism in that environment. So I guess you could figure that into there. But
whatever. I've already whatever. That's done already. It's already there. But
it's just.
But I think I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. Like, that's why I thought Moana, like the Journey of Water, would work really well in Animal Kingdom, because it's about
conservation and water, and put an aquarium in there, and then you got it.
And listen, it also makes sense in the spot it is too. It's in like the nature section that we just it's made in World Nature. But I still think I would have loved that there.
I agree.
But I here's the deal. Like, even if it doesn't necessarily fit sometimes, like with our Disney brains, we know that it's the execution. It's going to be great.
It's going to be flawless.
Yeah.
I mean, what they showed off. I mean, there was some sort of trademark filed or patent filed for that somebody uncovered recently that looks like it's going to be a new not force perspective, but a new, almost like the Battle at the Ministry, when in those first few rooms, when the sides are sort of moving up to make it look like you're going up. And Disney did show a piece of concept art that looked very good. It looked very good, and it looked very similar to the trademark application that somebody uncovered, where a ride vehicle is in the center of a giant scene, and it's made to look like you're going up and down faster than you actually are. Right. And this one looks like we are going to go actually up the stairs of the casita, or it's going to appear that we are going up the stairs of the casita. So,
you know what would work really great in Animal Kingdom? I just rewatched it today.
What?
With Hoppers, the new Pixar movie.
Oh, yeah, it really would.
That would be really good.
Hoppers would be great, yeah.
Maybe Disney put that in the Tree of Life. Switch out Zootopia for Hoppers.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I would actually love that. I loved Hoppers so much.
I loved it. I just rewatched it. My mom is here, and she saw it for the first time, and she loved it. It's one of their best movies in a really long time.
I agree.
I really hope that Disney does something with Hoppers and doesn't let it just kind of sit in the ether.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's really great.
Okay, but I need to say this next thing.
Yeah.
So I had no idea, and Harrison Ford sent in a little video for us at D23, because we are getting an Indiana Jones attraction, that he had never been the face of Indiana Jones on any attraction in the world.
Yeah, I don't think it's even his voice in the California one.
I guess I never took the time to really look at it.
Yeah,
And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it really does not. His face is nowhere really in the California version, and it's yeah. I mean, this one I am excited about. I do think that animatronic that they showed off of
Yeah.
the Jade Serpent,
Yeah.
that's really cool. And obviously, we know that basically the end, because they teased that the end of the ride is going to have an encounter with this. It's like, we know you're just putting a green face over that, dinosaur at the end, the Carnotaurus, and the snake is going to come at us. We know what's coming. But when they showed off the scale model of what, there's going to be one scene that has the giant head and the little person, that looks, I mean, it's scary.
Yes.
It's really scary.
I just had a thought. By the way, we didn't say the official name is Indiana Jones and the Myth of the Jade Serpent. Do you think that they're going to throw in a line that we're not going to make it to honor Dinosaur? I
hope so.
My wish, Disney,
my wish. Well, that's the second wish. We do have another wish. Yes, added the wish to the pot. But I think that would be really cute and really funny. But they also showed off some photos of the construction. They showed off, actually, there's a shot of the interior right out where you used to come off the time rover when it would transport you into the dinosaur world. They show that part, and you can see a bunch of rock work is going in right on that turn. So it does look like this is going to take place. I believe it's in a subterranean space underneath a Mayan temple, and where we're going to encounter this Jade Serpent. So, but they're working with a lot of really people who can help them with the authenticity of this. There's a lot of Mayan experts and scholars and researchers that are helping them work on this. So I think it's going to be a really great.
I mean, that's the Disney difference, is that they don't just put a Band-Aid on a thing. They really do the research, and they make sure that they are honoring whatever it is that they're presenting. But can we also just say Harrison Ford, 80 years old, still looking fine?
I cannot say that.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
I cannot. Demi, on a recorded line, I cannot say that.
Okay.
But I do, I think that, because at the same time that we're talking about them doing right to the authenticity of, Mayan history, they're also really tasked with doing right by a huge intellectual properties history. And I think that speaks a lot that they're getting Harrison to come back for this and reprise the role. So I have high hopes for this attraction. I think it's going to be really cool. I love Indiana Jones at Disneyland.
I do too.
One of my favorite attractions of all time.
Yes.
I think this is the best possible scenario. If we had to lose Dinosaur, I'm fine. I'm okay with this.
This is my thing. I just really wish there was a way to have figured out to keep it. I love Dinosaur, but I mean, I just my concern, even though I don't think it will, I'm not that concerned anymore. But I just don't want it to be the lesser Indiana Jones. You know what I mean? I want it to be its own thing. I want it to have its own identity and feel different and feel it, but also be as, I'll never forget the first time going, seeing when that temple opens and it's just humongous. Amazing. In Disneyland. It's the most amazing feeling. And I just want that same type of feeling on this attraction, where if it's not the same thing, but it's that feeling of wow, I want that wow feeling. And I think they'll deliver, but
I think this one is going to happen. I do actually think that the difference that they're going to do with this one, from what I'm gathering and what I'm seeing, I do actually think that this one is going to have a more intimate, more claustrophobic feel to it than the sort of expansive feel that the Disneyland version has. I don't think we're going to get that sort of big grand vista reveal scene, and I think that they're gonna do it in different ways and make us feel fear in different ways.
And I think it's just, you can remember on Dinosaur, there's no big grand reveal thing, right? There, you know what I mean? So I obviously it's the same ride style, but it's a different map. Yeah. But I want to talk about the most excited thing coming
from Animal Kingdom.
And one of them, honestly, this is a top 3 excited thing for me for D23 in general.
I agree. I agree. And the Yeti
Disco Yeti is no more.
Oh, Demi, the casita, it's not Yeti yet.
It's not.
It's not Yeti yet.
Oh, Jeremy.
But this is so exciting. The Yeti, Disney officially confirmed. It is coming. Well, Well, we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. We don't know. They have very carefully chosen their wording here. They have
Over at Expedition Everest.
Yes, at Expedition Everest, the long broken disco Yeti that is sitting there and the light is just flashing when it used to be actually move and swipe down.
Yeah.
All you children watching probably don't remember that, or listening might not remember this.
Yeah.
But the Yeti did actually used to move inside Expedition
Did you ever
Everest.
see it move? I never saw it move because
100%,
I didn't go back then. So
yeah, I definitely remember it, and it was really impressive. It was genuinely scary.
yeah,
And I mean, it's still kind of scary now, but I mean, obviously
is
less
scary.
scary.
Yeah.
But it does look like I don't see. This is the kind of thing that I get annoyed. I have to talk about something because I am very annoyed with Disney Parks fans after D23 because I think collectively they all just decided that this was a bad panel announcement.
yeah, I know.
And I don't understand this because one of the thing that really pushed me over the edge is when I saw somebody talk about this and they said, "Oh, it's Disney brought out Gloria Gaynor which was hilarious, by the way, singing 'I Will Survive.'"
And she rocked it.
She did, but in honor of this transformation. But somebody said, "Oh, Disney really brought out Gloria Gaynor and made this huge deal about doing their job and fixing a broken animatronic." And I'm like, listen, that is such a bad take.
That is a bad take.
Because that's totally not what they're doing. This is new leadership. It's new Imagineering. It's new budget. It's a completely different company than it was when this thing first broke. So this company going back and identifying, this is a signal of strength to me. This is a signal of being connected.
Of progress.
A carousel of progress on the horizon, if you will. And this is a signal that they are plugged into what needs to happen in maybe ways that we'll call them administrations, that past administrations were maybe not plugged into and didn't care about. This is them being like, listen, we care again. We're going to do this.
That's the difference. Like that, the Figment announcement alone and Yeti, like this is all, like these are things that like people have had these complaints about and then people are upset about that they're excited about it. And I don't understand that. And I don't know if it's just like they decided to do it or if it was like, because I don't know what the real issue of fixing the Yeti, but all we ever heard was it would be a really big project to take on fixing the Yeti, and like it would have.
And they're doing it.
But they're doing it. So maybe something happened in the last couple of years that there is some technology that they can do without making it a whole production or less of a production. So this is a huge deal. They did not give us a timeline when this is happening, how long Everest will be down.
They did give concept art.
They did give concept art, and I'm excited. Do you think they're going to give us a new track?
No. I think that it's probably going to be. It's hard to say if they will
just get it done
use
now.
The same figure.
Oh, because it's also the most biggest animatronic they have.
Yeah, I don't know if they will use the same figure, if they just found a way to fix it, or if they're just gonna replace it with something simpler. I don't know.
Right.
But all I know is that I'm very happy that it's happening, and whatever they wouldn't announce it if it wasn't. If they were just like, oh, we're putting a new lighting display on it, they wouldn't have announced it this way. So they specifically were referencing Disco Yeti and that Disco Yeti is no more. So very exciting. And I think it's one of my favorite announcent of the evening for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
it's like one of my favorite attractions of all time. I'm so excited to actually see it work.
My second favorite announcement of the night.
Yeah.
Which another thing, let me tell you, Disney people. So
He's so angry today.
I am. Did you want them 2 years ago when they gave us perhaps the biggest announcement D23 in history 2 years ago? Did you want them to? What did you want this year? Did you want them to be like, we're adding 17 new attractions on top of what we announced that still aren't open, and also you're getting a 5th and 6th gate at the Walt Disney World Resort? What did you want?
They do want that. And I think it's funny because like even this year alone, Disney World opened 9 new attractions, 10 new attractions so far. And yes, there are like existing things, but like they're revamped, like Mandalorian Grogu and Soarin' and Muppets, and then all of the cool kids summer activities, and now we're getting the new animation thing.
Yep.
You know, I
It's great.
don't. How much do you want?
I know. I haven't been this excited about stuff that's coming to this place in a very long time. And I think that it's a really good sign.
A little overwhelmed by it all, if I'm being honest with you.
Same.
I feel like I can't keep up.
These updates, it's like these projects take time, and these projects takes effort and figuring things out and engineering and figure out where things are going and what is possible. So we're getting updates on this stuff that is really, really cool. Like Villains Land.
Yes.
I mean, we now have a
all right,
concrete full story.
Let's make that transition into Magic Kingdom, and let's talk about Villains Land.
Yeah.
I think what people were a little annoyed about the most was the reveal of the name. Because
I will admit I'm annoyed with that.
I was annoyed only because it looked like they were putting a graphic of Villains Land to then change it to something. The way that they presented it was not the right way. I'm fine calling it that, but like it was just the build up to.
I think
it didn't work.
This is what I think it was, and it definitely wasn't reading that way in the room. I got what they were doing, but I don't think anybody was picking up on it. It was a comedy bit. They were trying to make it funny. They were trying to be like,
I know that.
And I was just like, yeah, I don't know that it necessarily landed the right way. Maybe if they had like Neil Patrick Harris saying it, but I don't know that Disney Imagineers are known for their comedy, even though I love them. But Bob Gurr is.
Yes, Bob Gurr.
But we got two concrete confirmations that, and this makes me more optimistic about the quote unquote blue sky art that we got 2 years ago, because pretty much what we're getting is what's in that art. So.
I also want to say this. I am so fine calling this Villains Land because they are right. Everything is something land, something land. It's kind of like
that's not true either.
Fantasyland, Tomorrowland,
Main Street USA, Storybook Circus.
Storybook Circus is not technically a land, though. It's part of Fantasyland.
Oh, well, okay.
It's just Main Street USA, which is different. And then the lands are lands.
But at Disneyland...
Okay, Disneyland is
Galaxy's Edge.
It's not going to Disneyland.
Toontown.
It's not going to Disneyland.
I know.
So here's my thing. I'm also fine with it because no matter what, it's kind of like how I will like how we call like all of the front part of Epcot Future World, because to me calling each of them those different worlds is a lot. Or I'm fine Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, it has all Batu. Like, if you call it Star Wars, I'm fine. I'm fine with that if you want to call it that, even though it's not that. I like a simple name. It's kind of like how movies nowadays always have like long sequel names instead of like just like the number 2.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's just something aesthetically that just doesn't. It doesn't.
What would you call it then? That's the thing. It's like no matter what they would call it other than this, people would be annoyed.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think you like Villain Hollow, Dark Kingdom. I loved Dark Forest, which is the name of the entryway. Like,
right. But see, it's kind of like Storybook Circus in Fantasyland. Dark Forest.
I don't know.
Yeah. I actually, I mean, that was the thing. Dark Kingdom was, I think everybody was hoping for as that 5th gate. So they're not doing that, obviously. As a full villains park,
even though I love that.
I would love that. I never thought that was going to happen. But a Villains Land, listen, I'm fine with it. It's not like the greatest name, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, and it'll get the job done. But you know what else is going to get the job done?
That Maleficent
coaster, which the way that they were teasing this and the concept art that they released for it, it does sound like it's going to be a high thrill coaster, and it. Probably on the same level as something like Everest, I think, and
I hope so.
Probably the same scale and height as well, because they did also release a video on YouTube showing off the actual model of the coaster, and it looks really crazy. It looks like it definitely has, it looks like it has a really big drop out of the mountain with Maleficent's castle jutting out, so much crazy rock work. And also it looks like it's, when they're saying that it's going to do things never before attempted on a Disney coaster, what I imagine that that's going to entail is which I think that this is probably going to be from either Disney loves working with Vekoma these days.
Yeah.
I feel like they might be giving Vekoma a break with this one. I feel like they might be going with Intamin because I think there's probably going to be a drop track. And I think
Oh.
that because, you'll get Maleficent's, what are they called? Thorns in the Briar Patch
Hmm.
coming up, and we'll probably be ensnared in them, and then we'll probably drop free. And then there also in this model are portions of the track that you can clearly see are cut off. So we're probably going to get some sort of like on Hagrid's where you get a spike and
Yeah.
then the track
You go back.
transitions and then you go backwards, just like also happens on Everest, actually.
Everest, yeah.
So
But
I
you think? I mean, this is the thing, though. Like the highest height requirement in Magic Kingdom is 48 inches. Is Tron 50 inches?
I'm not sure.
Uh,
But I do know that I don't think that this attraction necessarily and this land overall, it seems like they're pretty much leaning into this being a pretty grim, spooky place. And I think that this one, they might be leaning more into like, give this one to the adults,
Well, this is my thing, because I would love that, and selfishly, but here's my deal. Even Tron, I just looked it up, is a 48-inch height requirement, and
Mhm.
this is Magic Kingdom, where the primary audience is more on the younger side. Because I would say even like just general Disney adults and annual pass holders, Magic Kingdom is probably the least visited park for us. I think we tend to visit the other parks more. It's also just because it's annoying to get to. But but I that's why I don't know if they would do something that's that intense that would require like a 52-inch height requirement.
Oh no, most family coasters, with models from Intamin and Vekoma, like clearly it's going to have a lap bar. It's going to have probably a lap bar and seatbelt restraint system. I don't think the height requirement is going to be too big of an issue. You can pretty much do a lot these days on bigger roller coasters with a low height requirement.
Okay.
But I just think that they are marketing this to fit. They even said in the presentation that Maleficent is the mistress of evil. And we need to have a coaster that is befitting of her evil legacy. So I
Right.
think they're trying to tell us that this is going to be a pretty intense coaster. I think it could. I don't think it's going to have inversions, but I don't necessarily think that inversion equals intensity, but I do think it could be on the same level as Muppets, if not more intense. Because I think Muppets is probably the current most intense coaster at Disney World.
Oh, for sure it is.
So I think it's probably going to be on that level. At least I'm hoping.
I would be amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we'll talk about the other ride in a second. I want to talk about my favorite lady ever, and that is
Miss
Cruella
Close.
DeVille. And Glenn Close specifically as Cruella DeVille, which
Glenn Close.
I've been talking about for quite a while. Of why aren't we getting more of that? Because it has been over 20 years since she has been Cruella DeVille, and she came out, and I knew immediately when her back was turned. I'm like, that Glenn Close. And if I obviously, you can see on all of my pages, I screamed like a crazy person because I love her.
Sure
But then
did.
what was so confusing was when she said at the end, let them start working on my ride. And I don't know if she's being cute or if Disney's trying to gauge our feelings on it.
I think that they're just kidding. I think it's just a joke. Yeah.
And that makes me sad.
Yeah. I think at first I was like, oh, wait, they're announcing a third ride for this. But then the more the bit went on, I was like, oh, they're just joking.
And the bit went on.
Yeah, the bit sure did. But I would watch Glenn Close doing anything for however long. But please bring her back to the opening of Villain's Land.
Please, and just give her a third movie. Just a third 103 Dalmatians.
100 and...
It's been 20-something years, and Cruella's back and trying to make another coat. I don't care.
One Dalmatian for each year that Jeremy has been on this earth.
You can't shade Jeremy when he's not here.
Sure can.
I
sent him Geriatric Jeremy, the Jungle Cruise boat name, and he was like, Joseph.
Yes. Let's talk about the other ride. I can't believe it. We are getting a Mirror Realm dark ride hosted by the Magic Mirror in the Evil Queen's catacombs.
It's going to be...
Sick.
I think this is going to be incredible. The only thing that I'm disappointed by...
Yeah?
It's going to be that Peter Pan ride system.
What? You think so?
The Tokyo Disney Peter Pan ride system?
that one. I thought you meant Magic Kingdom.
No. Oh, God, no. No. The Peter Pan...
You think it's going to be 3D? Peter Pan is 3D.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same ride system that Avengers Infinity Defense is using. And I think it's
Oh.
because if you look at the ride vehicles, they're making it look like it's a boat. This is not a boat ride. They have the
Oh, no,
same.
I thought it was going to be a boat ride.
I really don't think it's going to be because they
I
have.
want it to be like Pirates of the Caribbean in Shanghai.
That's
but
going to
with
be
villains.
Avatar at Disneyland.
Avatar
but-
gets that? Come on.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But that if you look at the concept art for it, look really closely at that boat. It has the same high sides that Peter Pan does and that the Avengers Infinity Defense does. So
It does. Oh,
yeah.
no. It looks just like it.
Yeah, so that's the one thing that I'm kind of disappointed by, but I still think what's going to happen in the ride, hopefully it'll be really great. But
I'll tell you, though, I'm not a 3D ride person. I really like the Peter Pan ride in Tokyo, and it's like a 5-minute ride. So hopefully that means this will be a long ride as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But speaking of Avatar, we didn't really have to. I don't think.
Well, we didn't.
wait,
Avatar.
we didn't get there?
We didn't get to Disneyland yet.
Oh, we didn't get to Disneyland yet. That's right. That's right.
You're mixing Magic Kingdom and
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
No. We're gonna finish up Magic Kingdom first with Piston. Well, there's 2 more
Piston
things, but we have
Peak.
Piston Peak. Some updates on Piston Peak. No timeline. Nothing. But we did get some information on the rides. First one is Cars Ridge Run Rally, which I will never probably say correctly because there's so many R's. It's an off-road rally featuring dynamic ride vehicles with active suspension systems that react to rugged terrain, geysers, and mountain climbs. And I'm a little upset by this ride because it looks like you get wet by the geysers.
It sure does. And it also looks like you get wet on the second attraction, Miss Fritter's Daredevil Spin Along, because it looks like either that or steam.
Oh gosh,
Fog.
I can't. Oh, I hope it's not.
Let me tell you, this went from being something I was so against to something I could not be more excited about. I think the more and more they release from this, the better and better it looks. And that model at D23 feels so not only Frontierland, it feels like Grizzly Peak at California Adventure. So and the detail and the tributes that they're going to have to Tom Sawyer Island in here. They're reconstructing the paddle wheel house and the little bridge that you step on with the barrels on it over the water. I mean, they're paying tribute, but they're also doing something that I think really is going to fit in with this area of the park very, very well. The only things I'm concerned about are that big snow mountain. I think that's going to look weird. And in front of Haunted Mansion,
that's my biggest
the
thing.
only thing I'm kind of concerned about. Yeah.
I've been concerned from day one is that because you have to remember, like, Frontierland is now expanding basically, because technically when you would get on the Liberty Bell, you would start in Liberty Square and then it would kind of cross into Frontierland. So it worked, it flowed. It's just going to be very stark.
Flight Lab?
No,
that's a Disneyland, Demi.
My other concern is I do like how it feels like Frontierland, but I just worry how right now, even with the construction walls, there's an openness in that area where you don't feel so claustrophobic. And I just fear that it might be like a lot in the front that you won't be able to see the Haunted Mansion maybe from certain spots, and you're just going to kind of feel like very enclosed, and it's like going from an open concept house into a house with more rooms.
You need more in the back, like Timon on the Animal Kingdom carousel. Yes. But I think after seeing the model, I don't necessarily have that same concern.
Okay.
My concern is that actually the opposite. I think that the front is too front loaded in some areas. Outside of, I do think that it's going to be really cool to see the cars going by on the bridge and the river that they're keeping on that side over by Tiana's. I think that's great.
Okay.
But that side of it, I'm actually fine with.
Okay. It's the Haunted Mansion side.
It's the Haunted Mansion side, but also the side with the big snow mountain that's now going to be looking over Liberty Square. I just think like what that it's a little weird.
Will the view from Big Thunder be blocked? One of my favorite things about riding Big Thunder is getting to see the castle.
True. Yeah.
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Hey, Disney, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be, I do think it's going to be an amazing land. I just don't necessarily know that it belongs in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, this is my thing. I really love Cars in California Adventure. I think it's one of the most incredible lands. And I was fine getting rid of Tom Sawyer Island. That wasn't my issue. I just don't know if Cars, particularly, if I just don't want to see Lightning McQueen drive past the Haunted Mansion.
That's insane.
Oh, that's what's gonna like irk me if I do see that. I don't want to see the ride vehicles off of the ride. I don't. I want to keep. I don't, because then to me, then it doesn't feel like Frontierland anymore.
Right, because there were no
red and new looking.
They need to just come out and say that this is its own land. This is not Frontierland. It's just not.
I know. It's just not. That's the thing.
Honestly, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is not Frontierland.
It's not either. I mean, not. I had a great idea to get rid of Tom Sawyer Island and make a Tiana Bayou ride there before they decided to put her where she is now.
Shame the Imagineers weren't listening to you then, Demi.
Only for Muppets, but I'll take what I can get. But yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's like, it goes back to the thing of like, well, does Encanto really even make sense in Animal Kingdom type of thing? No.
But it makes more sense than Tiana and Cars in Frontierland. I think it's just, it's like aesthetic now. They're kind of, but even Tiana's aesthetic doesn't belong in Frontierland.
No, it's the Bayou. It's literally like
the
honestly,
opposite of the Frontier.
Like honestly, it would have made more sense if you put her next to the Haunted Mansion than changed our Haunted Mansion to like New Orleans.
To New Orleans Square. Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever. It's done. But the last thing in Magic Kingdom, which we already knew that the Carousel of Progress was going to get some big refurbishment with new decades coming and the Walt animatronic. They gave us a date, sort of, late spring 2027, and the new voices of the cast: Bryan Cranston as Dad and Jamie Lee Curtis as Mom. And
Icon.
I'm so happy. Those are great choices. I think especially like Jamie Lee Curtis is such a Disney icon in her own right. Sort of. I mean,
hope she wears her Freaky Friday dress.
I do too.
But
they're great voices. Yeah,
they are, and I'm excited for them for this. But one more thing I forgot to add with the Cars Ridge Run Rally. It's so weird that Racer is not in that name.
Yeah, it is weird, and I think because they wanted to make it different than Radiator Springs Racers.
Cars Ridge Racer Run Rallies.
Cars Ridge Run Rally.
Cars Ridge Raleigh Crump Rally Racers. So I do think I was studying that it's very clearly different than the original ride vehicles that they initially announced this attraction with. I don't know if it's going to have that same sort of racing element that they initially teased. And it does look like it changed from the original ride vehicle concept. However, I do think if you look at it, there were some people that were speculating this could be a slot car, such as Test Track and Radiator Springs Racers. I don't think that that's what it's going to be, because if you look in the model and the concept art, the track is in the middle and it's raised. Slot car track is embedded into the ground. It's not a raised track. What I think that we could see, there's also steering wheels in each of the cars. I think that this could be a scenario where there is going to be maybe some element of interactivity where a steering wheel will actually do something, such as Autopia, because the track looks very similar to Autopia, how in the middle you have like a buffer and a bumper that will kind of keep it on course. I think we could be seeing some sort of interactive element with that. That's my bold prediction.
I don't want one.
I don't want one either, because I'm just going to be crashing it the whole time.
But also, that's true. But also, how wet am I going to get on this?
I don't think too much. I really don't think too much, because they know that getting wet is not something that a lot of people want to do. But something a lot of people do want to do is Monstropolis at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Woo!
Opening phases starting in 2027.
That is great.
Am I crazy, or didn't they tell us already, or did I just make that up?
Oh wait, did they?
Because in my brain, I actually said it in my Hollywood Studios after hours video, like before D20. I posted last week, and that was before D23. And unless I just like decided in my own brain, I thought that was announced.
Oh, I don't think it was.
I guess not. I thought so. I really thought we had that. I mean, I would have to go back and look at my old updates video for construction because I would say that. But whatever. I'm excited. Listen, for me, it's a very sensitive topic because obviously it took over Muppet Courtyard. But the thing is also what you have to understand about me, everybody, is that Monsters Inc. is my favorite Pixar movie. And I am genuinely so excited. I just can't believe it's happening at the expense of my Muppets, and I'm really sad. But we are going to be celebrating Human Day. Humans understanding monsters are nice.
We sure are. And I could not be...
You could not be...
more neutral on a theme park land.
You're not a Monsters Inc. person?
Monsters Inc. does not appeal to me.
It's so funny though.
It's fine.
It's Billy Crystal and John Goodman. Like they're just so incredible. And then Steve, what's his face? Who plays Buscemi. Like they're so funny in it.
Yeah. I mean, it never really appealed to me. I don't think it's bad. I'm not excited about it. I am excited about the suspended door coaster, which looks like it has insane technology. You're going to get on. It's going to rise up 40 feet and into the launch.
Yeah.
I think that ride is going to be. No, I thought that was weird. Yeah, there's some attractions that they didn't give us names for. I thought
like
they were going to
give us a name for Cars that isn't going to come out for like at least another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, but then didn't give us the name for this or the names for the Villains Land rides, which I thought was...
No, they did give us name for Villains Land rides.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. No, they didn't. No, you're right. They didn't.
They did not. So there's no names for this. There is no name for... there was something else they didn't give a name for too, and I was like, "Oh, this is odd."
They didn't give us a name for their show. It's in the Globe Theater.
Oh no, I think they did. I think they did give a name for that. No, they didn't.
I don't.
No, they didn't.
I would have written it down here.
Whatever.
They said Harryhausen's is coming for.
That's right. They did say Harryhausen's.
And then
they confirmed Harryhausen's. Yeah.
Archie's Scare Pig Pizza. So we're getting basically
Rat
Pizza Rizzo
Pizza.
back.
Pizza Rizzo is coming back. Yeah.
And the Monsters University Alumni Club and Scareporium. I think that's the name of the building, though, not the actual
you're
ride.
Right. Yeah.
So it means maybe there's more to the building than just the ride. I don't know. But what was so crazy was, and I never realized this, that it's going to feature original. Then they sang it at D23 in that original song by Randy Newman.
Yeah.
And he's never wrote for a park before.
That's great. I think that's going to be really cool. But I mean, this land is kind of the Disney World announcements, this land is the least exciting to me. But I'm still,
I'm curious to see, because they want to make it like a living, breathing monster land, and I think that's kind of fun. But
Igor should go over there.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious to see what they do, because they mentioned like, oh, you can go into this shop and this shop. I'm like, but are they going to be real shops? Or are they facades? Or, like what does that actually mean? You know
I
what
think that we'll see some real...
Because if you remember, on the side of Mama Melrose, they had fake shops.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's real.
We'll see.
Is there room?
Who knows?
Anyway.
Well, the Imagineers know. Well, that concludes our Disney World one.
Yeah.
Let's jump over to the park that has been invading my brain for the last hour. Disneyland, where... So exciting. Tomorrowland reimagining. We did not, however, get the suspected Space Mountain revamp.
Oh, wait, we did not. That goes back over to Walt Disney World. You guys, when they were talking about, and we'll talk about it later, the Space Mountain news for Tokyo, I was like freaking out, and it's on the live. Like I was freaking out, like, oh my gosh, please don't say it's gonna come. And we live to see another day, Disney World Space Mountain fans.
I hate to tell you, I think it's still coming. I just think that they didn't want to... But I didn't
hear it, so they live to see another
day. Yes.
Day of execution.
It's a stay of execution. That is a perfect way of describing it. But Miss Tomorrowland Imagining, they didn't announce many details. They just said that they're going to harken back to its origins and also combining it with looking ahead to the future. So
they didn't say when.
Nope. But I mean, it's exciting still, and I think it's going to come along. I mean, this is something.
Do you think there's going to be a people mover?
I do, but I don't think that this is something we'll see until at least 2031, 2032 at the earliest.
Yeah.
So we'll be old. And
Oh no.
so yeah, there's also some new shows coming back to Disneyland, and not
Oh,
not
the
too much.
Magic Happens Parade is coming
Yeah,
back, and there's
not
the new nighttime show, fireworks show coming back.
and World of Color is
And World of
also
Color.
journey. So, which
I
I
forgot about
watched
that.
World of Color for the first time last week.
Did you like it?
Sure didn't. It was Jeremy was gagged that I didn't like it, but I was just like,
But you're not a
there's no
nighttime show
storytelling.
person.
I do like nighttime shows. I like Fantasmic.
Well, that's
I
different.
love Fantasmic, but World of Color, I was just like, there's no real storytelling here. It's just a bunch of songs from the movies strung together for no reason. But so, not too much Disneyland news, interesting enough. But Disney California Adventure, however, we do have news of we didn't get too many new details on what exactly is going to happen inside Infinity Defense, but we did get the exciting news that Robert Downey Jr. is reprising the role of Iron Man, which is fun and interesting in both attractions, actually, at Stark Flight Lab too. And then we got some new concept art. There's some other cast members that are coming back: Jeremy Renner, Anthony Mackie, Aman Vellani, Brie Larson will come back in the Stark Flight Lab. So basically, this is to be expected, I think, but still exciting.
We're really just gonna phase 1 Marvel forever.
Yeah, I mean. But I do appreciate that they're adding 2 attractions. When California Adventure is done with everything that it's opening, this is going to feel like an even more massive park than it already does. And I think they are just taking this park in such a good direction. Stark Flight Lab, I think, is probably not going to be that great. It literally is just like those little Kuka arms in a circle. I think people are hyping this up to be something that it's not. But Avengers Infinity Defense does appear like it's going to have some pretty cool effects. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, that'll be cool. But then the Coco boat
I'm way more excited for Coco.
Same.
I love Coco.
Especially since they said that it's going to draw inspiration from old school Disney rides like Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's a boat ride. It's a no height requirement. Also, I forgot to mention the Encanto ride in Animal Kingdom is a no height requirement, which is much needed. I love that it can be available to everybody. I am so excited to see guests travel through into the land of the dead, and alongside Miguel and Dante and Hector, and I'm really excited to be like a dark ride, it's just like a dark ride, and I'm so excited.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, and there's going to be a lot of animatronics in this, and just the colors and the fact that it's on water. I mean, this is
the water will be all of my tears crying.
Yes.
From this attraction.
It's going to be beautiful. This is going to be an absolutely beautiful attraction. I think it fits in the area of the park that they're going for. And it also fits, I think, in California. I'm glad that it's in a California park. So
me too.
This is going to be a wonderful addition. The other California Adventure thing that I don't think fits so much in a California park, they have been really insistent on calling this Avatar thing there not a land, just an experience or a destination. And it's like
they didn't really give any information on it.
They showed the model. They didn't say anything about it in the parks presentation, but they did show a model of it in the Imagineer Pavilion there. And the exterior model looks pretty much like the concept art that we saw a few years ago. However, they included a bit of the monorail track in the model, which I thought was odd. And from what it seems, I think that this land, it's not going to be a land. I think it's literally one attraction. And because the way that the monorail is situated, they're making it out like it's right up against where the monorail sort of curves to go toward the main gate. And that's right where the Monsters Inc. attraction is right now.
Well, they're taking that down.
Right. But what I'm saying is
that got a stay of execution too.
It did. But what I think is that this thing is so big, I don't see how this can be a land. And it's also going to be so awkward right next to this California street thing. It just doesn't fit. I'm not an Avatar person, so I'm not either. And I
thought you were going to tell me it was going to be situated outside of the park as an experience that everyone can go to. Yeah.
It's either that or they're going to expand it over more back into where, if they push it a little bit further back where Monsters Inc. is right now and maybe expand where the buses currently go and it sort of juts back out that way, and then the new entrance sort of goes over that. Maybe that it'll be a little land, but for me, it looks like it's probably just going to be this and not much else. So,
Yeah.
it's such a weird choice, and it just, I think California Adventure finally doesn't feel like a shoebox, and now it's going to kind of feel like a shoebox again if they throw that in there. But whatever. I mean,
see.
it's a new ride.
I feel like
not
it's not going to happen for quite some time.
I don't think that's gonna. If I had to guess, I would say that'll probably open in 10 years.
10 years, you think?
Oh yeah.
Not even like 5 years.
No, I think it'll be 10.
All right.
So
let's quickly move into the international parks.
Yes,
There was a few announcements there over in Disneyland Paris, but specifically the second park, which is now called Disney Adventure World.
Adventureland.
No, Adventure World.
I know. I was being a New Yorker.
I know, but it's like I don't know why I couldn't just keep it Walt Disney Studios. Bothers me. Such a better name.
Yeah.
Anyway, but there's going to be a whole Lion King, the first Lion King attraction, and I had no idea until D23. It's a log flume.
What? They announced that 2 years ago.
Oh, they did?
Yes, the
I forgot.
concept art is literally a moving log going down.
I forgot. You're absolutely right. I totally forgot.
But
But
the concept
so
art has been
they
flumed.
did say that they gave some new concept art, but they basically said it's going to be, like you'll see Simba from cub to adult with a very intense scene with Scar at the end.
That concept art was new. That looks really cool.
Yeah, and my concern is I thought the original reason that Disneyland Paris never had a log flume attraction was because it gets cold and snows there. So,
it is.
So does this ride just not operate in the winter?
I think they'll probably have a situation like what they can do on certain other rides and lower the water level so that it doesn't splash as much. I think that's why they're designing it so meticulously.
Okay.
I believe that they're probably going to do that. But honestly, yeah, when it's cold in Paris, like I don't think people are going to be riding this. It's going to be a walk on. But my favorite news that came out of the Disneyland Paris announcements was the change of Hyperspace Mountain back to the original theming, which is Space Mountain from the Earth to the Moon. I'm not going to try to pronounce it in French, but anything, if we lose anything, a Star War, I'm all for it. And I just think that hyperspace ruins theming and the original artistry that went into this ride. And this ride was the ride that turned Disneyland Paris around and really brought people into the park. And because it was themed to the Jules Verne kind of thing, and I'm glad that they're going back to it. Yeah.
And I can't believe when I was there during the holidays, it was down for refurbishment. So I never got to ride it. So just another reason to eventually for me and Joey to go to Paris.
Yay!
We've been talking about it for a while. Maybe when Lion King opens.
I think so. That would be really fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, but then speaking of Space Mountain, over in Tokyo Disneyland, Space Mountain we know has been being refurbished into something
not just refurbished, completely demolished and rebuilt. Yeah.
And that was honestly, this is my biggest fear for Disney World. Like, I'm not crazy. I know eventually one day there will be a new track for Space Mountain, but if they ever change the exterior to like the one they have in Tokyo, I think I will lose my mind. I don't think they'll
ever change the exterior.
I love our exterior. I have many things in my house that are Space Mountain. I would just lose my mind. So, but it does look very futuristic. Kind of looks like Tron almost.
Yeah, I think that's why they won't do it. I don't think that they're going to do that in Orlando, but
and it's called Space Mountain Earthrise.
Earthrise. But there are rumors that this is also going to, and there are photos of the cars being loaded into the building. Definitely looks like there's going to be a rotational element on the train, and then also there's rumors of a tilted launch on this, like actual launching into space, which could be cool. So I think this is going to be a really fun attraction.
Any excuse to go back to Tokyo.
Yeah. But there was also
news of an animatronic. What? I'm sorry. Did I cut you off for something else?
No, wait. What animatronic?
Isn't there going to be a Ralph animatronic for Sugar Rush?
That
is the other replacing Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, the Sugar Rush replacing Buzz Lightyear. Yes,
based off Wreck-It Ralph, and I believe there was a Ralph animatronic.
I don't recall that, but I was trying to get up other news in the room at the moment, so I don't recall that 100%. But I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't remember. But there were also some new concept art for Shanghai Disneyland's Spider-Man coaster, and then we also got the full model on the floor at D23 for Hong Kong Disneyland's Avengers Research Testing Labs area and the Spider-Man themed drop tower attraction and their upcoming walkthrough experiences set in Wakanda and Asgard. So that is going to be a really cool expansion for that park too. So yeah, that's it for the international parks. But Demi, you want to take us home with the Disney Cruise Line announcements, because you know boats and I don't.
Well, you don't yet.
I don't yet. Oh no, whatever could you mean?
I don't know.
Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe we'll find out in a few.
Ooh.
But yeah, I was honestly floored that we got this Disney Cruise Line news, because I figured they were going to be waiting until October for when they have that big announcement about the new ship coming next year called the Disney Believe. This will be the last of the Wish class ships, and they gave us the information on who is on the bow. The character will be Tinkerbell, which is great for Believe, because I do believe in fairies. Clap if you believe in fairies. And then the stern is going to be Buzz and Woody. So on the stern, they always put the bow, it's like a picture and like painted on. And then the stern is like actual 3D modeled characters on the stern. And they have crayons and they wrote Believe in crayon, but still white, basically. And I think it looks really cute. I don't really know what Buzz and Woody have to do with Believe, but I think it's adorable. I actually really think the way that they did the font for Believe on that is really adorable. And then I couldn't believe it. We also had an announcement of the Atrium statue, and it's Moana. Like, I really can't believe they gave us all this information. I think it's a fun choice. I think she's, obviously super popular, and she believed in herself and she did it. So I'm super excited for more information on the Believe coming soon. And stay tuned to everywhere for that, especially over on my pages. And the other thing they announced is that they are going to be creating a new class of ship coming soon, and it's going to be smaller than a Wish class ship, and it's going to make it that they are able to go to different ports. And they kind of gave like the most vaguest of vague concept art, but it looked like that the spa was still in the front, and then there's like this new way to exit on like a higher deck, which is, I think, the reason they're doing this, so that they can go to different ports of call. But I'm excited for all of it. And they said basically, I think they said by 2029, there's going to be 13 Disney ships.
And they all need a Haunted Mansion bar.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I guess I'm so excited when they do the presentation in October of like, they're going to tell us like, I guess all the different themings and stuff. And, the Wish class ships, we have Hyperspace on the Wish, and Treasure and Destiny have Haunted Mansion. I wouldn't be mad if it's another Haunted Mansion bar.
No.
And honestly, that was one of the things I was surprised that didn't get announced. I thought we were maybe getting a Haunted Mansion parlor in Magic Kingdom.
I don't think that's happening.
No.
I think that the bars are going to go to Villain's Land. I think we'll get at least one bar in Villain's Land for sure. Yeah, but I don't think it would make much sense to do.
The technology is so good and it's so fun. Like, oh my gosh. But I guess they want to make that a ship exclusive, which I also understand.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like the way that they have been doing these ships, it's just so fun, man. They're so well themed, and there's just so much happening. And
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I won't. Maybe I'll never know.
Maybe not.
Maybe so. Maybe
so.
Not. Maybe so.
Maybe.
Well, listeners, what is your favorite announcement at D23? What did you wish for that wasn't announced? Tell us in the comments. Please make sure you rate us with 5 stars. Follow us, unless it's 10 stars. You have
whatever the maximum.
Whatever the maximum is, give us maximum, not just 5, because that would be so funny if there's a 10-star rating somewhere and everybody's like 5. But tell us in the comments. Follow us on socials at Park Peeps Pod, and tune in next week as we return for another all-new episode.
And keep up with our personal socials at Joey Nolfi. That's Nolfi. Sounds like Nolfi.
Oh.
And make sure to go check out all of EW's coverage over on entertainmentweekly.com of D23. It's all Joey. Joey did it Joey did it. Go read his stuff. I'm so proud of him. And also go look at all of Joey's wonderful social media clips of D23 as well, featuring some very cool people.
Yay!
And of course, make sure to keep up with me at Magical Hijinks. That's HIJINX on all socials, and especially on the YouTube channel, because there's lots of exciting and spooky things coming in the weeks ahead.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, HHN is right around the corner. We've got like a week until HHN. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I'm going to my first Oogie Boogie, and then HHN Hollywood for me. I'm so excited.
I'm going to Oogie Boogie tomorrow.
That's right. So maybe stay tuned till next week, and maybe you'll hear a little bit about Oogie Boogie from Joey.
A TMTT.
Yeah. Well, until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.